It is cold out there. Yes! We're back. Another Hogwarts Legacy gameplay showcase. Oh! Yeah. It's snowing in the UK at the moment, mate. It's freezing. The last one of these was just absolutely mental. I can't believe how massive the game's gonna be and just how detailed it is. Right, I literally cannot wait for this game to come out. Yes, I'm super ill as well at the moment. But still coming out to do my reaction for this because, bro, I love this shit. I love this. Here we go then. Another gameplay showcase of Hogwarts Legacy. Bro, this game's gonna be out of this world. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1! Ready, T for teen.
Starting right where we left off in our last gameplay showcase, just outside Hogwarts, which I love that you can walk out of the castle after walking through everything and then just come out here and take off on your broom out into the open world.
Wow, they changed character as well,
I know
yeah?
that's something that you particularly like about Hogwarts Legacy too.
Yeah,
this is mental.
I'm a big fan of just being able to hop on the broom and go anywhere. There's something about kind of like the sensation of everything being open to you. And just, I love the proximity that I can get to things. I love flying close to the ground. And I kind of wanted to talk about it just because I feel like, you know, the brooms are fun for me, not just because of all those feelings of exhilaration.
Look how open it is.
But because they're not just, I have a broom and it's done.
Mental.
I actually kind of like some of the mechanics in it. So you see in the lower right, there's a meter there. And occasionally as Andrew's kind of flying up or flying down, you might notice it draining or not. And this isn't the present day where all the broom technology is well known and advanced and everything that we know and love. This is an earlier time where we're still trying to figure out, you know, we're not at the 3000 yet.
So
we're at the 11. So.
Oh my goodness, I'm just so speechless right now because this is just so beautiful. The world just looks so...
How he's just traversing through it.
The broom,
is mad.
That only one, or can you like upgrade that broom to go faster?
Yeah, so we have shop in Hogsmeade.
Oh look, the HUD's changed bottom right.
And so that sells a variety of different brooms. And it was important to us that the player could customize themselves based on their own aesthetic. So they're purely cosmetic, but if you talk to the shopkeep and help him out, he'll actually sell upgrades.
What's this? Complete the
battle those upgrades will make it so that where normally the broom, you can only fly, you can only go at max speed.
Bruh. It's giving me them vibes, them early vibes of the early Harry Potter games being out, like in the fields, throwing trolls down. Oh, and that was in the Weasley's garden, throwing trolls down the garden and stuff. I don't know what it is. Something about it feels nostalgic to me.
It's kind of like a turbo meter down there. You can only go at max speed without the meter going down.
Turbo meter?
Closer to the ground. And as you raise into the air, you'll notice the meter drop. And so those upgrades will allow you to increase that distance from the ground. And the broom owner at the sporting goods store in Hogsmeade.
This is going to be mental.
The broom and get better.
It's going to be mental.
And know it better, and you can participate that and get better and better brooms through that.
What's the autosave?
And I love that mechanic encourages you to actually explore the world and kind of stay close to the ground.
What are we doing? We've come so far away from the castle.
You're not just flying high over everything, although it is.
Use a mandrake against an enemy. Keep an enemy airborne for 10 seconds.
Beautiful, something I really love doing, but as well, there's lots to explore on the ground, and so kind of keeping you down at the ground level.
And to me, it feels like it's got this kind of surfing vibe over the.
Oh my god! Like I'm just like I want to snatch the controller from Andrew right now because I want to go to the mountaintop, I want to go to the forest, and to that hamlet, or
we've passed so much things I want to just explore.
No, it's awesome. We're actually gonna land.
Like
here,
all these little symbols down here that we're seeing, like this leaf that looks like a leaf. Oh, that's actually a Merlin the Merlin thing on the floor that we've seen before. And that is fire. I'm not sure. Oh, look at the mini map. There's plenty of things on there as well. I just want to look.
I feel like that you call it a hamlet is just perfect just because that's what we refer to it as. And so we all know from lore that Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village within Britain, but we wanted other opportunities to kind of meet other characters out here and to kind of populate the landscape, so it's not just kind of barren as you leave out this direction and that direction. And so we just imagine these different smaller locations that wizards might live in out in the Scottish Highlands. And so it's those, and so we refer to those as hamlets, and they're opportunities to learn those wizard stories, how those different locations have kind of like learned to live, what their relationships are with characters at
Hogwarts
is going to be crazy. And so they're both quest opportunities out here and a chance to kind of get to know more of the area, even beyond Hogwarts and Hogsmeade that we've already experienced. And you also notice on the mini-map, like lots of little icons, and each one of those represents gameplay in the hamlets that you can participate in, whether it's a vendor or different puzzles and challenges or different secrets that exist. Each one of those icons are different opportunities for gameplay. And you'll notice that same thing as we venture out.
Just going to say, bottom right, looks like it's actually got different spells from last time. We've got the Accio and we've got the Wingardium Leviosa at the top. I'm not sure what this left and the right one were. I might be mistaken. It might just be exactly the same as the first game play showcase. But that looks like maybe... what's the one where you disarm someone? Oh, I literally have gone blank. And there's a fire one by the looks of it. I was just looking at that. There's a look at this mini-map as well. Oh, it's too much.
The open world as well. So when you go out into the open world and you see those icons, whether they're on the mini-map or on your map or off in the distance.
I didn't even
those
go
things
to
are
it.
Opportunities to say, like, I want to increase my inventory capacity. They're puzzles left behind by old wizards.
He's like messing about on like a little broomstick.
Grant you those. If you see ruins off in the distance and you visit them, you might find opportunities to actually expand and learn about your ancient magic.
This is where the ASMR thing was from.
And as you kind of encounter different enemies dotted on the landscape, sometimes those characters, poachers or dark wizards, might be hoarding different magical resources that are valuable to you as you're playing.
It's just a drink as well. I'm sure there was something invisible like floating around.
And provide different opportunities.
This is exactly where the ASMR thing was.
Poking around.
I mean, I right away want to just cover all of those points on the map just by going over there.
Well, we've flown on a broom already, but there is something that we haven't done so far, and that is getting on our flying mount. We're going to hop on our Onyx Hippogriff here. The Onyx Hippogriff is our pre-order bonus.
Oh my god, it just like pops out of the...
Comes out of the bag.
Oh, wait, you can use it as a horsey? I mean, a horse. I mean, that is a horse.
Yeah, as a hippogriff, you can totally ride it like a ground mount, and you can lift off into the air. And we try to make sure that each of those interactions, so the broom's really good at reaching that top speed. What is going on? Kind of traveling the world as quickly as possible. But sometimes it's really nice to get on the hippogriff
so far out from the castle, just doing our own thing.
Transitions, and sometimes it just feels amazing just to be riding around on a hippogriff.
Look at it.
Yeah, the landscape that they've made is just so seamlessly
being on it, and it's a great feeling managing those transitions, kind of going from run to fly and just being able to go wherever you want. And we tried to make sure that each one of these things that you can interact with.
They're going past enemies, as in like enemy beasts and stuff. Oh, look at the landscape change now.
Like, areas like a swampy area. By the way, can you go to like
So I'm just going to pause it again. The tool wheel is useful for dealing with higher level combat situations. Combat plants and potions can give you an advantage against tougher enemies. Oh, okay.
Higher map anywhere you go. There are regions that are like locked from you.
Yeah, as soon as you there's kind of a moment where the world kind of opens up to you outside of Hogwarts as a student, and right from that moment, early on in the game, you can go wherever you want. And so you might find more difficult challenges in different areas.
What was that down there?
You'll see different spots as Andrew's moving around, like you mentioned, the swamp. But there, we have got like a coast, and we've got different types of environments out in the world just to kind of pepper your experience, reward you for exploring, keep things fresh. All those things exist as we're moving around.
So cool. I love that windmill. It's like so rustic. Like I keep forgetting that this is like 1800s. The Wizarding World we've never really seen before. Like it feels so authentic. Like it is
mad.
It's part of it.
Yeah, I love this vista too, and I'm gonna have Andrew stop here. We're gonna use a bit of dev magic to change the seasons. Actually, I want you to see what the world looks like covered in snow.
Yes, yes, please. I love snow.
Transition.
Oh, maybe.
Hey, hey.
This is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. This is so pretty. Like, it looks so realistic.
Crazy. Thinking how they did that as well,
like,
just like
completely.
fast forwarded time.
Oh my god. Does it have like actual
Them little
like,
things, them leaf
gameplay
things.
impact? Like
Look
impact on the
interesting.
gameplay? Or does it like it's just the weather of Scotland?
Yeah, we use it. We really use it as a narrative marker through the game. So as you're progressing through your main storyline, it was important for us to kind of like have those moments that kind of
It looks
felt like
so
when you're reading the books or watching the
good.
movies, where you'll see kind of like the title card "Winter" and
What are
and
these
now
little
the landscape's
balloons? You reckon you go
changed,
through
and
them?
you're really feeling
Pop,
that passage of
pop.
time while you're a student, going through your year at Hogwarts. And I think we wanted to duplicate that. And for me, it's really fun that it's not just on the outside, which I agree. I think it looked really beautiful.
Bro, I'm not going to be able to play
but
any other
within the
game but
school
this.
as well.
It's going to be lost
there
in
are
this
moments like
for
when it reaches
ages.
certain holidays or things like that.
Oh, is it
where
changing again?
Hogsmeade, reacts
my
to
God.
holidays, and the school reacts to holidays, and you see the
Oh, it's just
decorations
getting to a
around
different
those
place.
environments change. That really helped just kind of make me feel like I'm there.
Right.
Yeah. And it's not just
Defeat an enemy with a
it's not
Chinese
just, for the
chomping
seasons,
cabbage.
those kind of vibe things. Like we have a day-night cycle, and that day-night cycle, even though similarly, like it's largely about vibe. When you go into Hogsmeade in the evening,
my
there's less
dueling
characters
combo.
there.
Yeah.
Around the school, you'll notice it kind of dies down and quiets down. Just when there's just candlelight and students kind of like as you're walking through the halls. But in that day-night cycle is where we've kind of placed a few items where, whether or not you can collect them or whether or not you can interact with
Man,
them.
the music's
that are a
going to
little bit restricted
really
by the day-night
bring
cycle.
you into this game.
And I love,
And it's going to have a
Andrew
massive
flying up
sense
here.
of nostalgia, especially to people that have like watched Harry Potter and been part of the franchise. Even people that haven't really, they would have heard music from the franchise. They would have heard certain things from the franchise. And I've seen the music that they're doing that they've kind of like put a splash of this, a splash of that, but like changed it slightly into this game. So it's going to be nostalgic to people,
really high up
to people that haven't even
on the
played.
hippogriff,
Or
and
are
we're just
entirely
looking at this
into the Harry
view
Potter
of
franchise.
Hogwarts in the distance. It's just absolutely
far
beautiful.
away we
It's
are.
part of what I love most about flying around in this game, whether it's on a hippogriff or on the broom.
No, I mean, you talk about going anywhere and things that you can see in the distance, and that's one of my. I still can't get over, like, no matter, I played this so much, but I still can't get over the
crazy.
fact that I can
He's
see Hogwarts
played
out
it
there.
so
and
much.
there's just something beautiful about knowing that all of the things inside of it, the classrooms, the students, the
That's mad to
professors,
think, yeah.
all the places I can go, I can just fly my hippogriff, land in the courtyard, enter the front doors, and just walk, to the library, to class, or to greenhouse, or to my common room. That it's all contiguous and just kind of like one space is still exciting to me after all this.
I mean, I'm just
Like passes
I'm
by
speechless
something and then
right
it's like,
now.
oh,
Just
it's gone.
absolutely
But that was an
beautiful.
opportunity to
As much as we want to spend a lot
Get
more
some
time
points
out
or
here
do
just
something. Look at
flying
that.
around,
Go over
experiencing
there.
the world, I
Oh,
think
mate,
this is a
such a
great
tease, isn't it?
opportunity to switch over to combat. And last time we gave you kind of an intro to combat. This time we're going to really go a lot more of a deep dive on using the Dark Arts Battle Arena, which is part of our deluxe edition. All right, Andrew's got us in the Forbidden Forest, which is where the Dark Arts Battle Arena is, which is part of the Deluxe and Digital Deluxe Edition. I love the way the
Look
Dark
how
Arts Battle
good
Arena
that
is
looks.
actually
Look, bro. Look at the
part of the
switching
world. It's
tone.
integrated into the world, so your experience is more immersive than just choosing an option from the main menu of the game or something like that.
reason to go.
You're going to be able to make some
Exactly. There are many reasons to go to the
badass
Forbidden
characters,
Forest.
huh?
He's also wearing the Dark Arts cosmetic set.
Wait for this, boys.
And here he's pulling out the Thestral, which is
Oh my god.
part of that Dark Arts.
That's
pack
jokes
in
he
the
pulls
Deluxe
out
and
instantly
Digital
jumping on
Deluxe
it as
edition.
well.
So we're going full Dark Arts here.
That's good. That's what I'm doing.
But I like this this battle arena. It is a great place to show off really combat in a big way because it unlocks some interesting abilities for you and allows
what's he
you
saying,
to,
like, this whole area?
really play around with combat in a deep way.
And is this like the only arena like this in the
North
game? where you can, like,
Hogwarts
practice
region.
and
Yeah,
do-
so in the base game we have 2 combat arenas normally, and so everyone has access
But
to
not a
those.
Dark Arts one.
And each of the combat arenas are an opportunity to kind of just go through a difficult combat challenge, fight
What's
through
that,
multiple
like a
waves
dementia?
in order to earn
Dementia?
a different
Dementor.
cosmetic for your character and add that to your collection.
No.
In the case of that's no different than the Dark Arts Battle Arena. That
Dark Arts Battle Arena. Fight waves of enemies. Oh, this is it here. in this battle arena with the unforgivable curses. Okay. Vada, Kedavra, Imperio, and Crucio. As well as the blasting curse, Confringo. I'm pretty good at butcher that, but in addition to their unique and devastating effects, unforgivable curses break through all shields and charms. No. Whoa!
It's also true.
Yeah, because his stuff is changing on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side. All his spells are changing.
One of the things that we're excited about in the Dark Arts Battle Arena that people can do is you come in preloaded with different abilities. So the unforgivable curses are something that everyone's going to have access to through the base game and going to be able to earn, and they can make choices to kind of like add that to their repertoire.
No
they can
peeking.
also commit to that
They bled out
with certain talents and things like that. When you play the Dark Arts Combat Arena, you actually have access to all those things as kind of like a way to test them all. And so it's a chance to kind of like tour and play with the Dark Arts and decide whether or not that is a path
it or not.
that you kind of want to go down. But yeah, everyone has the same ability to explore the Dark Arts. This is just kind of like a way of previewing.
And again, a great place for us to show off combat in general.
Now look at his spells. Now he's got these Dark Arts, unforgivable curses here. This is all the 4 he was talking about, right? They was talking about. Wow. And I love the green behind them, making them look even more formidable, bro. This is crazy.
We're going to jump in here. Andrew's going to start battling, and we can start talking about everything you're seeing on the screen.
All right. Oh, they just about the cadavers right away. Oh my God.
We're starting off strong.
Oh my God. Was that Crucio? Oh my God. That's so cool.
Yeah, so that you'll notice right away, like when we used Avada Kedavra, that guy's health bar went from instant to 0, and we really are trying to honor the way Avada Kedavra works in the game, even in some pretty extreme situations.
He's zapped him and now he's fighting for us.
The meter takes up a lot longer to
a little cooldown.
Build up as a way to kind of deal with its
the combo, there you go.
So that it's still
hit a ranger with
fun to use,
stupefy.
and then there's some ways that we'll probably talk about to adjust that. But I don't know. I don't know if there are things on the screen that you just have questions about.
Well, like I see like little blue things pop up from the enemies. Also,
hey,
like that
different enemy
sign.
type.
Well, it's like so in the community we call it the ancient magic sign. I don't know if that's how it's called. In the game.
So the community is astute. So on the development side and in player facing in the game, we reference that as your ancient magic meter.
Oh, so it is ancient magic.
That is, yeah. So as your abilities in the game keep growing,
how the
you become
community
exposed to
and the
some of
developers
the
are
about
that
your
in
own
tune,
kind of mystery
kind of
and your own abilities. You start unlocking new powers. So one of those powers, you'll see the R1 button appearing throughout the game. That's an ancient magic throw, we call it, that allows you to kind of like draw an object to you and fling it at an enemy. But whenever you see the R1, L1 plus R1 appear over somebody's head, that's an ability to cast a very
through the spells on the R2.
and powerful ancient magic spell.
This is mental!
And the way that manifests itself depends on the type of enemy that you're fighting. And you'll see a wide variety of enemies in here that are pressuring the player in different ways. You'll notice there's abilities that kind of bubble up under the player as he's fighting that force him to move. And there's different ways that we want the player to kind of move around on the battlefield. And that's actually a good link to the ancient magic meter in general. And the reason why I say that is because as you're doing different things in combat, you're Protegoing.
It's mad the amount of combos you can do by using different spells.
There are different ways to get that meter to build faster and faster. But one of the most effective base ways to build up that meter fast, that way you can launch these devastating attacks whenever you want to, is to actually perform combos. So you see that combo appearing.
So I'm saying, like bro, that's mad.
And then basically that builds up enough that you can attack someone.
You know what they've done really well as well is like the dark magic goes through shields and it's devastating, right? It's going to be hard not to pick that, right? But you've got this choice whether you're going to be a good or an evil wizard or witch. Like, that's mad. You're going to be tempted so much to be using all these really sick abilities that just do so much damage. or you're going to be someone that's really good and doesn't use them and stays away from that. It's just kind of a funny contrast that they've chucked in there.
As the combo meter builds up, at some point you strike someone and a piece of their magic kind of falls out of them. You'll see these blue orbs in the game world, and there's something that only you can see in the narrative, in the world. And it's another reason to move around on the battlefield. If you can go up and collect those things and suck them in, they give big jumps to that ancient magic meter as well.
Man, what is that?
Talking
That
a lot
the trolls keep
about spells and magic here, but I think there's another huge component of combat, and that is the tools that you can bring to combat as well to kind of change the way you play. And I think Mackenzie
he straight countered
a lot
that.
about what's going on with the plants and potions.
And so the tools are really interesting because they're basically like a prior investment. So you can bring the potions and the plants that you grow in the room of requirement to combat to essentially kind of help you defeat enemies a lot quicker and more efficiently. So some of the tools that you'll see here are like the rock skin potion. So that is something that basically covers your skin in this like rocky material that reduces the incoming damage that you're receiving. So against big enemies, hard-hitting enemies like trolls,
2 of them.
that's super helpful.
He's actually turned into a rock.
The troll just collapsed from one of the kidnappers.
Obviously, we have the Wiggenwill potion.
Oh, he's done it in one shot, bro.
And then we have the focus potion. So when Alan talks about having to balance Avada Kedavra with a long cooldown, because obviously it's an instant kill, one thing that you could do is brew a focus potion, and that will increase how quickly.
No. But it's the
balance Avada Kedavra with a long cooldown, because obviously it's an instant kill. One thing that you could do is brew a focus potion.
Right, here we go then. These are the things you've brewed and I've brought with you. They said plants and they said potions. So, mandrake. I don't know what we got here really. What is it? Oh, it's a Chinese chomping cabbage. Formidable chomping cabbages. I told you I'm so ill at the moment. Yay. Formidable chomping cabbages that, when released, attacks nearby enemies. Chomping cabbages seeds can be purchased at Dogweed and Deathcap. Must be grown in medium or large pots. They're going in so much. Then it looks like we've got a mandrake. Then we've got 2 potions. You've got your Thestral and the hippogriff or whatever that is on your right hand side. Oh, and your broom is there as well. 2 potions and then some plant. Looks like a Venus flytrap, but obviously it's not. It's something else.
And that will increase how quickly your cooldowns regain.
Right.
And that's what that
There's just so much like versatility, like in what the character is doing too.
So you notice the circle around his head.
Around the arena, he's like nuts. And the troll makes him move around too.
So if you just saw then, actually, when he was fighting the troll, he had a little circle around his head.
He's just destroying.
And a circle around his head that was red. That means you have to dodge, yeah? Dodge.
Obviously,
See that?
we have the Wiggenwill potion as well, which increases your health.
But if you look and it comes up and it's orange, that's something you can counter.
Having to balance
So look,
Avada
has to dodge that
Kedavra
one,
with a long
has to dodge that one,
cooldown, because
but he
it's
can
an
counter
instant
this
kill.
or block.
One thing that you could do
know what I'm saying?
is brew a focus potion, and that will increase
Wow.
how quickly your cooldowns regain.
Right. There's just so much like versatility, like in what the character is doing to the troll right now. Like he's just bouncing around the arena. He's like nuts. And
maybe that thing we saw was a venomous tentacular.
And I love that our plants are violent.
Yes, and so that's like when we're talking about almost the setup of the arena. You also have plants that you can fight with, and so we have things like the venomous tentacula that you can put down, and it acts like a turret, and it can just kind of shoot enemies around the battlefield.
Oh, I'm a troll!
That is so cool. This is like a true
on?
Wait, yo, bro.
This is crazy.
The battle. Yes.
No, that was super important to us. So
Do you want to know another thing I think is like the fact that they're actually just going ahead and showing you so much of the game means they are not scared in aspects to like how big the game is. They're not scared of, you know, showing you all the game and ruining it and all that. They know this game's massive and it's going to take so long to do. But they can just show you 40 minutes worth of gameplay.
Like multiple ways. And so you can see there's a ton of different things you can use. The Mandrake is one, so you can pull it out and it stuns with its like piercing cries enemies in a radius.
And another thing I want to call out that we're seeing on the side of the screen here is these dueling feats, which I love because I love anything that prompts me to play a game in a different way, a unique way. I don't want to get stuck in my style.
There's like already a lot of replayability.
So this is a way to, if you want to get stuck in your style, go for it. If you just want to blast people with spells, go for it.
That looks like a finisher, the L1 and R1.
Have some things over here that may make you use
I just chucked an anvil at his face.
Block more, or
yeah, we mentioned the field guide challenges.
Oh, it's going to be so interesting. Like all the little things that are going on the screen
and
now.
The field guide challenges. This is the way that the field guide manifests like challenges for you to do in combat. And exactly to your point, we just wanted a way to encourage players to explore the different systems.
You notice how they haven't really said
kind of practice with them and explore what they want to do.
Too much really about the path of not using the dark arts.
When you see the green X's on characters,
really pushing
that's kind of through your talents you can unlock this kind
use the dark arts
that sort of like links the fates of these different characters on the battlefield. That way, as you get as you're cursing different characters, they all begin sharing damage, and so. We have things like Avada Kedavra, which is the insta-kill, but if you curse everyone before you insta-kill this one guy, they can all drop dead for that kind of ultimate golden war fantasy.
Link it
and
all
so,
together.
there are dark arts fantasies. There's fantasies about being more of a defense against the dark arts characters, things like that misty step that you see occasionally being used on the battlefield, and we can also spec into.
But it's hurting my head how many details are on the screen right now.
So it's all about which type of player you feel like you are and whether or not you want to play with prep, on the fly, or with deliberation, and those are all different options.
That is so cool because like it's like I see so much like going on the screen, just so much complexity, and I want to just try it myself, like which style works best. I mean, I feel like it's the dark arts is going to be the easiest route, but
that's the thing.
I'm
saying, right? It's like it's the easiest because it does the most damage, but maybe they're saying that it's a thing.
To be honest, feels like much more powerful than just the dark arts.
It's a thing to be like sustain going on to the dark arts and go the harder route. I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And speaking of plants and potions, we're going to be putting the dark arts away, put those unforgivable curses away, and heading to the Room of Requirement, which is your home within Hogwarts, a personalizable space that actually has some utility as well, where you get to brew things and grow things and also care for some beasts. All right, Andrew's got us in the Room of Requirement, wearing we kind of casual mode on the outside here, wearing a nice jumper.
Spells have changed again, bottom right.
And I think that's a good jumping off point for the personalization of the space as well, not just your character and the visuals. I
love the environment,
but actually this space is a place that you can make your own.
I hope you could spend loads of time in here.
It's super important to us that this space really did feel like
potions
your reflection as a wizard.
Like already, I'm just like, go over there now and start doing it.
Different themes throughout, starkly different themes, to really just hammer home that this is yours.
Oh my God! What? This is beautiful.
Bro,
we never expected it to be. Oh my God.
Yo, so this whole space is kind of yours.
Not only can you change the architecture here, but you can actually conjure little objects into this space, as you can see.
Are these the whoa.
There's like statues that you can do and ornaments.
No.
This is yours.
Oh my God! What?
That is
this is beautiful.
Crazy.
We never expected it to be. Oh my God.
They're teasing.
That's the thing is not only can you change the architecture here, but you can.
So before they do say that, I was going to say, so is that the spell that they've got down here in the bottom right, or is that just a part of being in this environment?
Actually, conjure little objects into this space, as you can see. So.
Conjurations. An assortment of embellished rugs. Oh, so this is mad. They're giving you everything in this game, huh? They've even got a seasonal thing, bottom right. Christmas and Halloween, statues, tables, chairs, portraits. I don't even know what that is, that with the golden snitches there. Like maybe furniture sets, rugs, wall stuff, repair, or like customize plants with potions. No, mate.
There's like
a small rug well suited for standing on and pondering life's greatest mysteries. Just, oh my god, there's so much
statues
customization.
that you can do, and ornaments and tables and.
They're giving you a budget. I was going to say, it reminds me of all the games that you're able to create your own space. First of all, obviously came Fallout to my head, and then there's the budget. Oh, we hate a budget, but still. Yeah, there's the rug, and it costs moonstone, and you can change the colour of it. Oh, it's going to be interesting to see.
Just a bunch of little things that.
Right, sorry, I keep pausing it, but it's going to be interesting to see what people do with this space. You know, people are going to be coming out with the maddest designs and the maddest levels, the maddest like environments they've created. People are going to spend so much time just in here doing this. I mean, I might, because I love that kind of just chilled out, making an aesthetic environment. Oh,
really flesh out the space and bring it to life.
Oh my goodness, because like we had an idea that those places where you brew stuff, that's where you can change, but you can do all of this. Where do you even get this stuff? Like, there's a furniture store?
Yeah, so we call them conjurations.
What just happened there?
And the conjuration recipe.
Was that not actually something that we needed?
Just a bunch of little things that really flesh out the space and bring it to life.
Oh my goodness, because like we had
So this must be a spell, conjuration.
an idea that those places where you brew stuff, that's where you can change.
I think that's something you can plant stuff in, right? And now he's just like,
But you can do all of this. Where do you even get this stuff? Like,
Gone.
There's a
And
furniture
it gives you
store.
moonstones back.
Yeah, so we call them conjurations.
Get rid of that chair.
And the conjuration recipes can be purchased at Tomes and Scrolls and Hogsmeade.
Wow.
But
It's got a
also,
grid
as you
as
engage
well.
in different types of gameplay throughout the world, you'll be rewarded with different objects.
That's so cool. And you change color.
You can change the color, you can change the size of it, and you can place it basically anywhere.
Oh my god, it's so tiny. It's like for Baby Niffler.
People are going to go in
And I love
this
how
area.
the system too is designed. It's not mechanical; it's immersive, and so you get the magical effect of conjuring it in, and you're actually
Bit of
doing
both.
this in the world as your character.
How far
but
out? Is it just
the
this
way you've blended
one-
like that gameplay with the immersive design of personalizing
Oh
the
my
space?
god, like, and I love
This
the
is gonna
animation, how it like
eat into the
appears,
time
you know,
of my
like it's
life. Look
not
at
just
that,
like
it's
there,
like
it's like
these
it almost like
owls
it
and stuff.
evaporates.
It is
Oh, it's a
really
cat.
quite beautiful, and that was the thing, is we wanted that to look really nice because
Wow.
the magic in the Wizarding world
Wow.
is everywhere.
I don't even know what
it's
to say.
physical, it's kinetic, and it's whimsical. And we really wanted to nail that whimsy in this space. Another thing that I wanted to discuss is that not only can you like conjure things and you can change their look, but you can do that with the utility objects as well. So you can see that we have planting pots and potion stations, and you can change the look of those as well. And these are the areas
And the
where,
colour.
as we had mentioned previously, you'll be growing your plants, you'll be brewing your potions.
I suppose you can do it to whatever house
So while
you
you're
end up in.
also doing these like kind of nurturing based activities, this is also the space where you would bring your gear to be identified and gear to have like.
So you're going to
put on it,
have
which I believe
to
Alan
have
can talk
certain
to.
things in here at certain times.
We keep bringing up appearance and how it looks, and on a, like in the game,
That's
you
mad.
can look like anything you want to whenever you want to.
I didn't think that this room would be a room we could customize. I only ever thought about it being in the room of requirement, or whatever you want to call that room we get. You know, as our own, as like with a cottage in and stuff. That's the main place I was thinking of customizing and thinking out how you can make that your own. But now you've got this whole other room. Mate, the possibilities are endless. It's crazy.
But the player will be finding different types of gear, that we call it, as you progress through the game. And essentially, we just know that
Oh. Now I've got to stop and look at every single thing here. The enchanted loom. Use the loom to upgrade your gear. Also, we're upgrading it, and do you reckon we can customize it as well? Gear features one primary offense and defense stat by default. Okay. Magical materials can be used with the loom to add and upgrade secondary stats. Yeah. Or apply traits to your gear. Multiple small upgrades can yield a meaningful boost in combat power. New beasts can be rescued at the Beast Den or unlocked in quests. Oh, the amount of stuff in this game that's all going to be Harry Potterified, you know, Harry Potterified. You know, this whole thing, like, the beasts are all gonna have their like certain names, all everything to do with like the clothes you're wearing is all gonna have their certain thing and lore, and they've got all these opportunities to like just bring it all into this massive universe. It's crazy. New trait recipes can be unlocked with a bandit camp. So what we've got here, we've got t-shirt, scarf, jumper, scarf, gloves, maybe outfits, head.
Clothes and different items in the wizarding world can have different magical properties. And as you explore and as you adventure, as you defeat enemies, you're going to be finding different pieces of gear that have different abilities and that can help you in your journey.
Wow, okay. Protego shielding. Decreased damage from dark wizards. Okay. And you need 1 Puffskein skin. Oh my. There's so much here, isn't there? Decreased damage taken from Doug Bogs. Like, everything's got its own little name and its own this and that, which I just love, and it really brings you into the game and the universe they've created. Yeah. So this is a decreased damage from certain types.
And are a major part of you kind of growing as a wizard and advancing as a wizard. And so
there's a huge list.
And not all the time, whenever you get a new piece of gear, you don't necessarily know exactly what it does. And so there is a station inside of the room of requirement that you can conjure. It's one of the first things you conjure.
As you go along and start
called
fighting
an
different
identification station, where you can actually bring that gear that you're uncertain about and learn what its abilities are.
Oh, so that's like in Grounded when you analyze things, right?
Yeah, that's so cool.
And then as the space advances even further, and the space will eventually grow its own rooms, and you're going to get new recipes, you know, like Mackenzie's talking about. All these different things keep expanding, and as it expands, eventually you're going to earn what we see here, which is called a loom.
It's so many details.
It's an ability to essentially customize exactly which magical properties are on your gear and take any piece of gear and adjust its properties and to tweak what it does. And I mentioned earlier that you can make anything look like anything. The collection of appearances, we call it, or cosmetics we've been referring to it in this stream. Those types of things you can use, and you can apply a look to any other look. So if you get a piece of gear, you put it on, you look like that, but you can change it to look like whatever you want.
That's so cool. And like you can just put some ability to the sweater, but then you can just swap that ability.
And appearances you can edit whenever you want in the gear screen. The loom is specifically about applying traits and applying larger upgrades that just kind of grant you greater statistical advantage or give you really specific abilities
Bring it back, boy. What was that?
Traits.
Now his autumn jumper is legendary. Well, it might have been legendary already, to be honest. I didn't notice that. The autumn jumper uniform, legendary. No defense, no offensive upgrades. Decreased damage taken from control. So maybe like after you've got 1, 2, 3 upgrades on it, it's going to be really trait slot level 3. It's going to be really good. That's so crazy.
And applying larger upgrades that just kind of grant you greater statistical advantage or give you really specific
Drobanol feathers. Or it must be a silent K, right? Niffler, toadwarts. This is what I'm saying about
abilities that blend in nicely with where you're trying to go with your combat fantasy or talents and things like that.
Superb.
Interesting. I'm just seeing that they're just like pumpkin fur, mooncalf fur. Where does that come from?
Yeah, and so you'll notice that the ingredients that are used to add traits and to upgrade your gear are based around beasts. So this is where we get into the beast care section, which is inside this vivario. Kind of bigger space on the inside idea. And so you can see here we have a couple of beasts out. We have a graphorn and a mooncalf and a niffler.
What? Just not so nonchalant talking about,
well.
bro. Like,
so
what?
variety.
Look at that!
He's just like a big puppy.
They're so
cuddling.
This is the space I was thinking about customizing.
They're adorable. And so part of beast care is petting them as well, but feeding them too. And so once you do those things, that's when they feel safe enough that they'll give you their magical ingredients. So mooncalf fur, niffler fur, etc. That can then be used in your
so we can get it from
here.
Cool. Oh, what's this? Oh, is that the little...
When you touch the animals, you get some
Quagsire
leftovers. That's so...
The niffler, yeah.
We really want to hammer home the fact that this is like a home that you're making for them. So in the overland, you can find these beast dens and rescue these beasts. Part of doing so is brushing them
your bag
and feeding them food as well, and to build that relationship with your beast. In addition to be able to care for beasts, you can actually conjure things in this space as well.
The house, the cottage.
Yeah, right.
Oh, and there's a little cat.
So we have like a lot of little ornaments in this area, and a lot of them are purely cosmetic, but they look really cool. Again, it's the personalization of this space.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, no, this is like, I'm gonna spend 8 hours just designing this whole area.
8 hours,
this is like cool. It's like you have this little
much more
area, like a personalized fish tank, so to say. Just
there you go. And then you've got like
totally.
out to this water
And there's like a decoration aspect, but there's also we were saying inside as well is there's a utility aspect to it too. So as you progress in the game and you're able to purchase more conjurations, you're able to.
I can't not go past it without pausing it.
As well,
What was
there's a utility aspect to it too. So as you
beast items for managing beasts, including feeders, toys, and breeding pens. Yeah, okay.
Progress in the
Breeding pen.
Game and you're able to purchase more conjurations, you're able to speed up your process. So one of them, for example, is the food processor, which allows for the beast in the space to automatically get feeds. You don't have to do it manually. And so you're really building the progression for yourself here. In addition, there's also a toy box where you can play with your beasts. You'll see here, so you can, there's a bunch of toys in it, and each beast has their own favorite toys. So as you can imagine, the mooncalf really likes the moon ball, or the Neasel, as like a little cat, really likes to chase the yarn ball as well.
Right.
And they're super
At this
cute.
point, they're just creating a simulator where you can just go and be and just
And the big thing we really
chill
want to
out
hammer
and move
home,
around and
is that the world is a dangerous place.
interact
And so
with
by
the
going
environment.
and rescuing these
It's
beasts and bringing them back
crazy.
here and caring for them, you're really helping them out. There's poachers in the overland who want to who hunt these beasts for their material. So instead, you're caring for them. You're giving them a home.
Right. Oh my God, this Graphorn is just gigantic. But he looks
bruh.
right now for sure.
Beast care. Here we go. Feed and brush this beast, and it will release magical material that can be woven into gear. So you've got to look after them and care for them in order to get that stuff. Graphorns are large mounting dwelling beasts that have a tough hide, and 2 sharp horns. The tentacle-like appendages on Graphorn's faces are used for capturing food and tending to their young. Graphorns are known for their aggressive nature. However, a witch or wizard has been known to befriend one in rare circumstances.
You name them as well. So like your dog.
So getting back into that personalization, we didn't want you to just like throw in, oh, here's a Graphorn in here. Like this can be named whatever Andrew's about to name them. Bruce.
The good name.
We've created this really nice space, and you can get additional vivariums, correct, to different kind of aesthetics and looks to where you're keeping your beasts and caring for them.
So you can change the landscape.
Part of the space as well. So as you progress through the story, you will unlock more vivariums. So as you can see, this one's quite meadow themed, big,
so you can
open,
actually unlock
bright.
a completely different one.
But there's other ones, say like a swamp that you might encounter, and it's really a visual effect to and more space for your people.
Oh, so it's like
they've given you too much.
So when we're inside the room requirement, there's like on the left, there's that moon glow from one entrance and then some shrubbery going on in the right. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep, that's exactly it.
Ah, oh, you put trees in here too. Oh my goodness.
And another thing with the beast care that I think is great, you know, tying back to the same kind of thing that you did with like the broom, where the broom is not just a method of travel, it's actually built in and integrated into the world.
Can't broom
in the same way, like beast care isn't just this added element. You're not just throwing it on top. There's really this like narrative and integration to
everything connects. So as you progress through the missions, you'll expand the space. As you earn resources, you'll go into Hogsmeade and use them to unlock the gameplay here and unlock new conjurations and different things to play around with. In the open world, it's in those different environments, like the different combat and conflicts and bandit camps and different things like that exist in the overland. Those things are what hold recipes that exist in the loom. So all these things have a way of connecting. Moonstone that you find out in the world is the resource that we use to conjure everything. That's found throughout the world. Forgeables are used for recipes. So really everything's like a cycle and keeps you coming back.
But even with the story that's being told too, I think people know who Poppy is and that she has a particular affinity for beasts.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything we're seing here, you know, you're going to be venturing out into the world.
I wonder how big and how small you can go with things.
Even of kind of like your interactions with beasts.
Like go smaller than that.
So
and then like make a miniature.
There are more kind of mysteries to discover and things to discover out in the world that have to do with her and that have to do with caring for beasts. And so different characters have their own stuff that just kind of make this all just kind of like the beginning. The beginning.
A young tree that's well on his way to becoming a grand
hours
old
in
oak.
Here, but we're gonna have to end the stream now. What do you think about what you've seen today?
We're done.
I mean,
I'm
just so blown away by how beautiful it looks. The open world seems so detailed and there's so many things to do, and like the combat, we're gonna spend like 2 weeks or more just breaking it down by pieces. There's just so much to this world. Like, I'm so happy you guys did this overall gameplay.
And that's just
I've shown quite a lot, and that's what
got more for you to discover and find on your own. Thank you so much for being here.
So much more.
Thank you for watching. Hogwarts Legacy is available for pre-order now. It releases February 10th with 72-hour early access for owners of the Collector's, Deluxe, and Digital Deluxe Edition. We're gonna wrap things up, but first we've got a little surprise for you.
I was gonna say, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. The quality's just completely changed. Bro, what? Look at this! Oh, shit. He's just got sucked into the book. Oh, man. Wow. Once again, just lost for words, really. Don't know what to tell you. Another amazing gameplay showcase that's just shown us too much again, and I'm now just thinking about every detail that I've just seen over the last 40 minutes again. I know I keep saying it, but this game is going to be so good. Anyway, I'm super ill at the moment, and it's hard to even get content out. Some content like this isn't as bad because it's not as heavy editing, but over Christmas, probably going to be doing some streams, just taking it easy. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. I've been your boy Nog. This is just, right, this is crazy. What the?